Good morning, everyone. Welcome to This Day. It is Friday, February 15th, or is it? Is it Monday, February 18th? Well, just to get a little heads up here, if you're watching us on Friday, we're going to be repeating this show on Monday. Monday is President's Day. We are not here on President's Day, so instead of having Know This Day, we're going to be repeating this Friday show for you. So the only difference is the movie, really, that you have to pay attention to. But it's either Friday or Monday. It's either morning, afternoon, or night, depending when you're watching us. It's magic, folks. Hey, welcome to This Day. On our show today, Juanita Skillman, the board president of United, will be here today. They had their meeting, very long meeting, on Tuesday, and she'll recap that. We're going to bring you a segment from Sterling Financial Advisors. And Richard Palmer is here. The Tea Party Sentinel is going to be talking about their upcoming meeting, which is not this coming Monday, but the next one. And also, Peter Chong is here from the Korean American Club. They just celebrated Lunar New Year. He's going to tell us all about their great club. There are no meetings to talk of today, and they're not on Monday, so we're okay. The next meeting, by the way, is going to be Third's regular board meeting on Tuesday, February 19th. So all that's covered now. Let's get to the weather. And yesterday we had at our house, I'm talking about from the time my weather station resets, which is about midnight, through last night, 10 o'clock, we had just under 6 inches. It was like 5.95. So 6 inches in one day. And I did check, by the way, that around the area, around Southern California, that was not unusual. So I know here in this area, I did check, and it was about, during the day, it was about 3 inches. So tremendous amount of rain. What's happening today is, Friday, is in the morning we got some sunshine out there, but we're going to start to get some scattered showers coming in probably around noon or so, maybe a little bit later. They're going to be scattered in the afternoon and the evening. Because this is a much colder system and there's not a lot of rain involved, this means that the snow level, from what I've been seeing, could go down to 4,000 feet, meaning we might see some dusting of snow on top of Saddleback, the mountains of Majestica and all that, and Santiago Peaks. That would be wonderful. I'd love to see that. But also, if you're traveling somewhere, the Grapevine in those areas could get some snow out of this. Again, it's not a big system. And when you want snow going down to those levels, you want a colder system with not a whole lot of deluge of rain. You want some scattered showers in there. So we got a good opportunity for that today. Same thing on Sunday. Look at that, dropping down to 37. That's a 30% chance of showers, and that will be scattered on a Sunday as well, maybe into Monday, kind of like what today is going to be. Friday and then late into the evening, Sunday late into the evening. That may spill over into Friday morning. That's a possibility. And then we got sunshine coming in on Tuesday, and then is looking way ahead. We're going to go back to some partly cloudy skies in the middle of next week. As of this point, there's no rain predicted for them, but that could certainly change. Looking around California, just a tremendous amount of snow everywhere. The Sierras are going to be getting heavy snow today, really through the weekend. They're still getting that up there. I mean, Mammoth at the summit is, something like 14 feet of snow. It's just incredible. From the north coast down to about the central coast, they're getting the rain right now, and so it'll begin to pass them. So on Sunday, they may not get much rain, and then you can see in Southern California, I put down in San Diego, Palm Springs, and those areas, we're going to be getting that Sunday rain. So a lot of snow. Big Bear, average temperature is their low is 13 degrees. They'll be getting some snow out of this. All the ski resorts, Wrightwood, and just really the season. I heard yesterday that Mammoth, right now, they plan to stay open until July 4th. It's been a long time since they've been able to do that, but they've already said our last day of operation, if everything goes well, will be July 4th. So pretty incredible amount of snow. All right, we'll be back in just a moment.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From a delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
I'm Dr. Leif Loberg, and I want to welcome you to our brand new facility here in Laguna Woods. We've been serving the community since 2006, and we're super excited to bring you an awesome team of doctors, Dr. Jackson, Dr. Asaturians, Dr. Vian, myself, here to serve you in our brand new state-of-the-art facility. Call us in the morning and we'll get you in the same day, guaranteed.
Hi, I'm Sharon. I am so pleased to welcome you to JTV. We're a 24/7 home shopping network focused exclusively on jewelry and gemstones. And because we believe every woman deserves to be lifted up, we love to help her sparkle, keep her informed, and make her smile. Our viewer is passionate about jewelry and gemstones, and we share her passion. Because of that, she keeps coming back, making us one of the top retailers in the United States. We sell extraordinary products at extraordinary prices. Welcome to JTV.
When you travel with AAA, you get more than a vacation. You get exclusive AAA member benefits, special offers on unforgettable experiences, and the travel planning knowledge of your own AAA travel agent. When you travel with AAA, you get the vacation of your dreams. To save on a pleasant holidays vacation, visit your local AAA travel agent today.
As a professional licensed realtor, you have worked countless hours to ensure your reputation is the best. Your clients know they can trust your judgment, that you'll be around when they need you, and that you will deliver what you promise. In escrow, one company has set that same standard for excellence. Escrow Options Group offers more than just outstanding escrow services. White glove concierge services, wire and fraud protection, custom estimates, and more at no extra charge. Choose the company that mirrors your professionalism. Escrow Options Group. Experience a better option of escrow services.
Well, with me right now is Juanita Skillman. She is the board president of United, and on Tuesday they had their board meeting, their regular monthly board meeting. It was a long one.
It was a
In
long
fact,
one.
I think the open portion was about 4 hours and 40 minutes.
Right. Well, we do a lot of things, and the board meetings once a month are the only opportunity that we have to get that information out to the public. And so we have a lot of member comments of people who feel strongly on one part or another, and we encourage that. Everything that we do goes through a first reading and then member comments, and they want to do them publicly. They come to
Right.
the meeting and do that. And the other thing that takes time is we do have reports from VMS. Only boards of directors can go to VMS meetings where they have wonderful reports from all of the department heads, and we're starting to emphasize those so that the general audience out there can see what's actually happening.
Right.
It's still a very unknown factor. What is VMS? What does VMS actually do? So we're trying to make that plain. And then of course the CEO report, which again is the only time that our constituents, our residents, really get a chance to hear some of the things that are going on.
Right.
We know, but we get accused of being secretive and not transparent and all of this. Well, this is the way that we can get that information out to dispel the rumors. Perhaps I should even start with one of those this morning, because we heard that yesterday. There is a rumor going around out there that we have moved the Aquanettes from Clubhouse 1 pool to Clubhouse 5 pool for our convenience and benefit. and that some of the Aquanettes are older, only drive a golf cart, couldn't get to Clubhouse 5. Come on, we're cleaning the pool at Clubhouse
Right.
1, and they have to be out of it for the month that we take to drain it and clean it and fix any cracks and all that kind of stuff. They'll be going back to Clubhouse 1. It's not
Right.
a permanent situation, but those are the kinds of rumors that get started in this community, and they just multiply and get
Right.
worse with everybody that tells them. So it's a difficult thing. Now, as I mentioned, we have a first reading and a second reading. Everything that we do does not zip past without notice to our residents. And our first reading, of which we had quite a few things, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 things this time, basically are announced, and the motions that we make them go forward to a future meeting. And then at the future meeting, usually the next month, that's when we actually vote to pass or deny whatever that motion is.
Right.
So this time, one of the things that we did was we adopted a payment plan for monetary penalties. There are 2 payment plans. One of them was adopted this time, and that was for fees and monetary payments. And then the second one, which we brought forth for the first time and will be voted on at our March meeting, is for if you're in arrears on assessments. Payment
Right.
plans are purely voluntary. Nobody has to do one, but if there are some reasons why you would like to stretch the payments out in addition to your regular assessment,
Right.
the payment plans work for those. So we went
Okay.
over those types of things. The other thing that we adopted this time was the universal signage for our open houses and real estate. And every board has been doing this. And it's going to look so much better instead of a variety with balloons and flags and fireworks or whatever. They're all going to be fairly standard, and according to the new state law, they have to have the broker and the realtor information and numbers on them.
Okay.
So that's really important, and so we passed that, and those will be going into effect, and hopefully we'll cut down some of the things that we have in the community that kind of takes away from it looking really nice and uniform. We always do, or have for the last few months, some revisions to our architectural standards.
Right.
And those are bringing up to date many old architectural standards that don't conform to city codes now, and making sure that they are correct. And also making it easier for residents who want to do an alteration. Because if it is listed as a standard, then staff can make that decision with them. They still have to
Right.
go into alterations, but they don't have to take the time and the money to do a variance to go to the full board.
Okay.
So we've been working on those, and we had a couple of those as well. Also, there was an fee for the inspection fees that we have for alterations, because we don't just let anybody. You can't let your brother-in-law come in and change out your toilet or something. It's got to be inspected. We've got to make sure that it's up to code and up to standards, because if you hire anybody off the street to come in and do some sort of alteration from you, then that's when we have problems down the line. So
Okay.
inspections are very, very important. Now, new business for next time, we do have a couple standard alteration plans, but the big one that took the most time in our meeting was the caregiver policy, which we have a care provider. It's not caregiver anymore, it's care provider. And the state has specific rules on that, which we apply for. This is the private caregiver
Okay.
application that everybody has to fill out, and that includes family members. Now, if you're getting out of the hospital and you need somebody to come in and help you for a little while afterwards, if you've got up to 60 days for people as a guest, family member, friend, whatever, to come
Okay.
in and help you. But if it's going to be a more permanent thing, more than 60 days, then they have to fill out the private caregiver application.
Okay.
We no longer will require a doctor's certificate, because we found that those were kind of moot. Anybody goes into a doctor, says, here, sign it, and they sign
Yeah.
it. So we want to be able to identify. And the other thing is, we find with we're an elderly, we are a senior citizen community. People need just a little help with daily living. And so instead of just medical things, they come in to give you your insulin or take your blood pressure or the physical or occupational therapy. Sometimes people just need help with transportation and shopping, with managing their household. Many of us, including myself, have cleaning services that come in and do some of the heavy cleaning. Companionship is a big thing too. Somebody that comes by 2 or 3 times a week and sits and talks to you or brings you things or that kind of thing. Besides the Meals on Wheels, we have Books on Wheels. And all of these things, we just need to, I'm not sure control or regulate is the real word. We just need to know what's going on in the village. Our responsibility as board members is for the safety and security of the village and all of our members. And that includes making sure we know who is in the village and what they're doing. And so this new one also has a badge. We all wear badges now. This is our director badge. And there's one for caregivers, and it's a little different because it's this way instead of this way. And they all have to wear it all the time. So if you see somebody with a companion and they're not wearing a badge, then the question is, are they an approved caregiver?
Okay.
And we have lots of people who use these, and if you're using a specific caregiver service, there are commercial services which do that, and also do the IHHS, which is a government supportive services that Medicare funds, etc. They have their own caregiver inspections and qualifications and the background checks and all of those kinds of things. And so they don't have to duplicate it with us if they're coming in. And this includes things like hospice, where we have people that come in and help our residents. But if not, please, if they're going to be here more than 60 days, register them with the state and fill out one of these downstairs and just let us know that you've got a caregiver that's coming in to help you. It's not something to be ashamed of. A lot of people don't want to admit that I have a caregiver. Well, if you need one, we want you to have one. We just want to make sure that you're safe and the other residents are safe. So that took a lot of our time and discussion. And we had social services there, and we had security there, and resident services there, all explaining part of it. And there is just an excellent sheet, frequently asked questions that you can get downstairs in resident services too, which walks you through the whole process, and that works out really well too. And then of course we had the second payment plan, and that was for assessments. Your assessments are still due, and if you are behind in your assessments and you want, it is your choice, we don't force anybody into payment plans, you want to ask for a payment plan to help pay the 2 or 3 months that you're in arrears, in addition to the regular payment that you're paying every month, you can get a payment plan for assessments. So that's 2 different kinds of payment plans with 2 different fees and things like that. So we went over that for the first time, and we hopefully will pass that at our meeting in March. The other thing was the alteration standard deposit, which has been a pilot program, conformance deposit, that we ask $250 when anybody is doing any work in the village. And if they follow all our rules and they don't put things in our dumpsters that they're not supposed to, and they have the permits, and they get it back. It's refundable. But we do have, again, some people who do bad things, what they're not supposed to, and they don't get their conformance deposit back, and we can go after them. So it's really helped with our use of contractors. And so that was also passed. We also looked at some of the new laws. This is February, and the state put in a bunch of new laws as of January 1st, and we wanted to make sure that we are conforming with those laws. And we talked about those, and some of them had to do with the way we do our finances, but in primarily how we advertise or make available the information on our finances, which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, are all up on the website. And if that's your thing, you can go and find them and go through them. We as directors not only have them electronically, but we also get a printed copy of summaries of them, and that's what we go over at all of our finance committee meetings. And so we went over that to make sure that what we're doing is in accordance with the new state laws. And again, the real estate signs was another thing that was a new state law. So we're very aware. We do watch what we do in accordance with the Davis-Sterling Act, which is the civil code that regulates homeowners associations and other civil codes, and to make sure that we're following the rules. And that's why we also have a marvelous, wonderful attorney who helps us, and he keeps up on the rules. And in fact, he is on boards that work in Sacramento to even put some of these into effect.
Okay.
And he can bring that back and make sure we're all doing well. So yes, it was a long meeting, and it's difficult for people to sit through the whole meeting. We've looked and looked at how can we shorten the meeting, but we don't want to cut everybody off. Our board meetings are open public meetings where everybody has a chance to express their opinions. And we do have 3-minute time limits, but that doesn't mean that if you have 11 board members and they all want to talk on everything, that's 30, 40 minutes for each different issue. Thank goodness that's not the case. Everybody doesn't talk on everything. But basically we work on, they state, I'm in favor of this because of this, I'm against this because of this. And we often have to bring in directors, department heads, and staff to explain procedures or how we go over and everything. And that's for the benefit of our members, because the biggest complaints we ever get are communication and transparency. We don't know what's going on. Well, this is one of our main means to try to let you know what's going on. And I'm sorry if you have to sit through a long meeting. It is on YouTube and Granicus, and you can flip directly to whatever section that you really are interested in instead of sitting there for the whole recorded meeting.
Right.
If you want to do that. But I just encourage everybody, this is your opportunity to not only see what's going on, hear what's going on with your board, but to get your input in.
All right.
So,
very good.
that's us.
And I want to remind folks that the United meeting will replay this coming Wednesday at 6 p.m. And that's, I said, I believe it's 4 hours and 40 minutes, something like that. So if you're going to watch it on Wednesday, just to keep that in mind.
Right.
All right. Thank you very much, Juanita. Always
good to be here.
And we'll see you next time.
Enjoy your holiday weekend.
All right. You too. We'll be back.
Hi, I'm Brian Rott, President and CEO of Cartmart here in Laguna Woods. My family's been in the golf cart business since 1959, and we win our customers over with the simple belief of we treat you right. We are proud to be the authorized dealer for Club Car here in Orange County and your go-to source for the sales and service to other major brands. We're conveniently located on El Toro Road, just minutes from Laguna Woods. So come by and see for yourself, while when doing business with Cartmart, there's no reason to go anywhere else.
Where can you see the greatest names in golf? Still making a name for themselves? Orange County's only PGA Tour Champions event returns as the Hogue Classic. Catch the legends of the PGA Tour at Newport Beach Country Club March 6th through the 10th and help Hogue Hospital give back to the health and vitality of our community in Southern California. Also, come visit the Hogue Health Village presented by Blue Shield of California to partake in games, giveaways, and informational health talks. Tickets available now at HogueClassic.com.
Trust the experts at Universal Carpet for all your flooring needs. Now get 50% off pet stain resistant and hyperallergenic carpet, porcelain tile, wood laminate and waterproof flooring, and complete kitchen and bath remodels. Plus get 5-year 0% financing, including free installation and free furniture removal. Our convenient showrooms are just minutes away in Irvine and Huntington Beach, or call 866-402-2747 for our free in-home shopping service. Universal Carpet, the low price leader for over 20 years.
Through my window, I see the first sunlight, and I feel the warm ocean breeze. I see the waves that lulled me all night. That's what my window brings me.
Look at this.
That view is $1 million.
It's amazing we can look at these kinds of places within our budget.
You don't have a bad view from here anywhere you look.
It's all about the view. Sunday night is beach night. Sunday night at 8, only on HGTV.
Are you looking for a better way to manage your medication? MedBox by AmeriPharma has redefined the pharmacy experience. No more pill organizers and vials. When we fill your prescriptions, you get all your medications conveniently packaged by the dose and delivered to your door at no additional cost. This means no change in insurance, copays, or out-of-pocket expenses. Call our specialists today and discover the new way of pharmacy. MedBox by AmeriPharma.
Having great home care is as easy as 1, 2, 3. I'm Lori Renaud with ActiCare Responsive In-Home Care. We can provide the perfect caregiver for you to receive exceptional care in the comfort of your home. Step 1, call to schedule a care consultation. Step 2, meet with a registered nurse in your home. Step 3, start receiving care. Aging doesn't have to be difficult. Call today to get the help you deserve.
Welcome back. With me right now is Richard Palmer of the Tea Party Sentinels. Their next meeting will be coming up on Monday, February 25th, and their two guest speakers this time around will be Catherine Gerdes and Greg Rass. Welcome.
Thank you, Ken.
Nice to have you here today.
It should be a great meeting.
Yeah, I was saying right before, I know Greg, but I do not know Catherine.
Yeah, she spoke before our group before. She's Orange County's head of Orange County chapter of the Voter Integrity. It's a national organization. It's non-partisan.
Okay.
She doesn't get involved in politics. So we have two sides. One is non-political, the other one is political.
Okay.
So Greg will talk about the political ramifications of the last election. We were interested in what happened to Orange County.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I never saw such a drubbing. It was unbelievable. But
so you said, Catherine, it's the Election Integrity Project, and that's a national organization. Is that what you said?
Okay. Yeah, she's part of the national organization.
Okay.
The whole country is affected by this
okay.
voter fraud.
And of course, Greg, I know we had him on our show just recently. He's currently the mayor of Mission Viejo.
Right. You know, he's quite a guy. Actually. When I could talk about Catherine first.
Okay.
But I already said she's a part of the voter integrity thing. It's a problem that the entire country is facing, and but California is different politically because of the setup of the. I mean, Democrats have total control over both houses, so. Typically, when people bring their ballots in, it's supposed to be a relative or a person that's known to the person whose vote they're taking.
Right.
And Brown changed the law and allowed anybody to bring ballots in. So that opened up a whole door for fraud.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And I know there was the problem with the DMV, voter, and that's.
Yeah,
that's been kind of well documented, and in fact, even admitted by Governor Brown spoke about that when during the last election. You know, they said yes, this is something we're looking into, but
well, there's no excuse for that.
Right.
I mean, But anyway, that's what happened.
Okay.
So, but then Greg, on the other hand, he's been criticized because he was chief financial and advisor to the president. He was elected by the military to be head of the office for the president. So they said, the opposition said, well, he was appointed by Bill Clinton, so he's not really a good Republican. But that's totally false. That's what you get into in politics.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. So anyway, it's I don't know. There's a senator, I think he's from North Carolina. He had people bring in the ballots, and they're contesting his election now because they said that that's against the law. In fact, the whole country, they have special guidelines for bringing ballots in for people that are absent. So.
So these are ballots that were not mailed in. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
So they brought them in at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was poll watching with voter integrity, and of course I didn't stay to the end because in Laguna Woods, I figured there's no messing around with the ballots because there's no point. But apparently they brought in a bunch of provisional ballots at the end.
Oh, okay.
And Mimi Walters actually won, but when the ballots, provisional ballots came in, it just reversed the whole process. Right. And I don't know who this lady is that won. She's
Katie Porter.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, she has. I don't even know her political background. I know nothing about her.
Yeah, well, she was on our show, running, and has been on since.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she's been on, I think, 3 times.
But I know she's complaining now that she has 3 kids. She's a single mom, and she doesn't know what she's gonna she's gonna live in Washington with her kids. Well, if she should have thought about that before she ran. But anyway, I just I have no faith in this election with all the nonsense going on.
So again, this is going on not this Monday, but next Monday, the 25th.
Correct.
Right?
Yep.
The normal time, normal place. Right. Clubhouse 7.
Right.
Doors open at 6:30, and it's kind of nice this time. You had, I know you have at times it's hard to get speakers, and this time you've got 2.
Yeah. Well, it just fortunately it worked that way, and I hope Greg can announce some good news for himself.
Well, it might be a little too early, but we'll see.
Well, the Register pointed out in last week that the Republicans finally decided that they're going to fight for Orange County. Mm-hmm. So, all of a sudden they woke up.
Yeah. Well, it seems to happen in both parties around the country.
I know.
It takes something to turn for another party to kind of get up, and that's been going on for decades, so no matter which party it is.
I know, but it affects us.
Yeah. All right, Richard, always good to see you.
Thank you.
And again, if you want to get a hold of Richard, it is patriot@teapartysentinels.com.
Right.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And of course, the website, teapartysentinels.com. So you can go right there and get all the contacts and information, including he always lists the upcoming meetings. So.
Right. Well, actually, they can call me too.
Okay. What's your number?
It's 949-683-5747.
All right.
So either way is fine with me.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. Good to see you. Say hi to Lucy for me.
I will.
We'll be right back. I'll say hi. Hi, Lucy. Hey, Laguna Woods, it's Ken.
And Lisa.
Did you miss an episode of This Day? Not to worry. Head over to youtube.com and search Village Television.
Here you can find each episode of This Day and other community programs such as Good Day OC, Discovering Laguna Woods, and much more.
Just click the red subscribe button, then click the bell to be emailed every time we upload a video.
Don't miss out.
And subscribe today.
The #1 choice for President's Day savings is LA Carpet and More.
Now save 65% on carpet and 65% off tile.
Plus, get 5 years 0% financing.
LA Carpet, #1 for you.
The #1 choice for President's Day savings is LA Carpet and More.
Now save 65% on carpet and 65% off tile.
Plus, get 5 years 0% financing.
LA Carpet, #1 for you.
Hi, everybody. I'm Sean Thomas. Welcome to Sports Talk. Come join me here every Thursday at 11:30 a.m. for sports highlights, tournament news, and interviews for Laguna Woods residents and around the world. Hey, maybe even Broadway. It's a beautiful day for a ball game. Put it on your calendar. Thursday mornings, a great way to start your day with me and the Sports Talk way. Or even a triple's okay. I'll see you then.
I choose to make friends out of neighbors.
I choose to start a new chapter.
I choose to live an active lifestyle.
Choose to experience the good life at Villa Valencia. Call or visit us today.
Dental health is important, and it can be tough to find the best fit for your needs. Flora Stenger General and Specialty Dental Practice covers most of my dental needs in one location. Their on-staff specialists provide seamless services and communication between me, my doctors, and my insurance company. Located right down the road from Laguna Woods, our bus service stops right in front of their building. For the first time, I'm getting the dental care I need with the treatment I deserve. And my dental health has never been better. Call and book your first appointment today. I'm glad I did.
With me right now from the Korean American Club is Peter Chong. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Great to have you on here today.
Thank you. Good morning.
And we're going to talk about a few different things, including this certificate of commendation from the city. But first, tell us about the club. How long has it been around?
Well, Korean American Club has been here about 21 years ago since, and then we are doing very actively. Yeah.
And I know you were telling me earlier, in October, you had a celebration.
Yeah, we had Arirang Festival, cross-cultural show. And we have.
I remember that. Yeah,
I remember that. We had a very successful performance in our center. You know, Club 3.
Yeah.
And it was so marvelous. People really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
and we're going to show again September 12th this year.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So. You received this plaque, the Certificate of Commendation from the City of Laguna Woods, Korean American Day and Lunar New Year. This was given out just a week or so ago on the 7th of February, and it talks about Korean Americans in general. Yeah. Really nice. Tell me about this.
Well, new mayor, Cynthia Connors, she was invited to our Lunar New Year's Day party. Mm-hmm. And then she served in Korea, Dongdu-cheon, as a U.S. Army soldier.
That's right, she was in the Army, yes.
Yeah, about 30 years ago. And she has some affection for Korean people. And then she declared Korean American Day, Laguna Woods Village here. And then she presented this certificate to Korean community here.
And really nice. Again, this was given to the club on about a week or so ago, and it goes through just a brief history of Korean immigration into the U.S., which goes back to 1903.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
A long time ago.
I wouldn't have thought it went back that far. I would have thought it would have been in the 50s, but really quite a history.
1903, that's 116 years ago, the first immigrants from Korea, from Korea. They sailed all the way from Korea to Hawaii. It took about 3 months at that time.
Wow.
And then, well, when they came to, Hawaii, they had a lot of problems, of course.
Right.
Language problem.
Yeah.
Economical and culture different, everything different. So they work hard, they toiled, and they struggled and struggled, but never gave up.
Yeah.
They worked hard and made American dream successful.
Yeah, they did. And you were telling me, we were looking at this this picture that I found online, and you were saying there's a tradition for Lunar New Year of what the kids do.
Yeah, that's a Happy New Year. Be blessed 2019. When we have a culture, the Lunar New Year's Day, our young children, even adult children, they visit their parents' house and they give traditional greeting. They touch the knee and hand and nose to the floor and absolutely bow down.
Right.
And then bless New Year. Like
wow.
That's a culture.
Now, do they still do that here in America?
Or in Korea.
In Korea. Here.
In America, we don't. Americanized. But the parents must prepare money for the greeting.
Yes.
Maybe students, maybe $50.
Oh, okay.
Students, maybe $100. Adult, maybe $200. No money, no greeting, no tea. Well, anyhow, the parents, they prepare money to give them when they bow heads.
There you go. That's worth bowing for, yeah. They get a little prize. Yeah. Now, tell us about the club in general. Do you meet every week or every month? Or because I know you guys do a lot of different activities.
Yeah, we have every other year, every month. Almost every month or every other month, we have activities, party, and performances and show. And we have small groups. They have a weekly meeting, like line dance and traditional dance and guitar class, Spanish class, and yoga class everywhere. We have about 30 small group activities almost every week. They are meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we a whole group. Mostly we meet at Clubhouse 5. Party and performance, we are really enjoying here.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot, a lot of activities going on within the Korean community. Of course, Los Angeles is a big area for a lot of Korean Americans, and as is really California in general. I grew up in the Bay Area. Of course, they have Chinatown, Japantown, but they have Koreatown as well up there.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we Koreans are very active people. And then, because we are away from home, so we are sticking together always, trying to show, to meet, and we try to dedicate for this country, America. We really appreciate, America. And then that's why we had Arirang Festival last year, October, to share cross-cultural, activities like that, performances.
Right.
And then, America is a great nation, and we have our own typical culture, and so we like to share and show how it is.
Sure, of course, yeah. Now, how long have you been here?
You mean Laguna Woods?
Laguna Woods, yes.
Laguna Woods over 6 years.
Okay.
In America, 44 years.
Okay.
So a lot more than half of my life in America. I appreciate America.
Well, we appreciate you folks being here. And if people want more information on the club, of course, they can go online to the club pages and get information there and find out how they can get involved, right?
Mm. So, we have a website. We have information. So if anyone call to know information about Korean club here.
Okay.
Yeah, they can call.
I'll call this number you gave me here?
Yeah, 949-528-5208. That's my phone number.
That's your phone number.
Yeah.
Call Peter direct.
Yeah.
He'll help you out.
Yeah, so call me whenever you have a question or about something to know.
All right. Great to have you on today.
Thank you.
And this is a wonderful honor that you folks got.
Yes. Thank you.
Happy New Year once again to you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
When you have confidence in your retirement future, you can live the life you've always imagined. Because of planning, you now have time to reflect on the wonderful memories of your life. You and your spouse finally have the luxury of leisure time together. to spend fun times with your grandkids, sharing the joy of their excitement about life. Smiling at the thought of quality time with your children and of picking up the check. At last, you have time to breathe and rekindle the love of your life. Why? Because you imagined what could be. You planned for retirement. So today, you own your future.
Celebrates everything, even the Year of the Pig and the Lunar New Year, which they do an amazing job at. With me is Carla Carlisle, show director, and we just saw the Mulan Lunar New Year procession, and it's quite a show. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for being here. So Mulan's Lunar New Year procession is where Mulan and Mushu lead over 40 performers on the parade route all the way over to Paradise Gardens Park for a beautiful procession and performance of Chinese drummers and fan dancers, and of course the dragon dance. And new this year, since we're ringing in the Year of the Pig, the 3 pigs have joined us, and they're all dressed up. Fiddler, Piper, and Practical are all dressed up in their beautiful costumes, along with Mulan and Mushu. And we also have Goofy and Chippendale, all part of the procession. So there's over 40 performers, and we added a fun little firecracker finale, which is really fun.
Very, very loud. If you come, be careful. It's very loud, but it's a fun way to end the procession.
Yes, it's four times a day you can see the procession, and it's daily, and you need to come out and see it because it is a spectacular spectacle.
And they have all kinds of dances throughout the procession. There's a ribbon dance. It's kind of like a rainbow.
That's right.
Gorgeous. It's really, really pretty. So they, I don't know, it just immerses you into the effects of everything.
Yes, it's very beautiful. Authentic. Yes, thank you.
So what else do we have going on for the Lunar New Year?
Well, we have some beautiful musicians. We have Melody of China that has come all the way from China to play these beautiful, authentic Chinese instruments. And today, Dot Nguyen, who is a Vietnamese musician, is here today to sing Vietnamese folk songs. Also, we have wonderful complimentary events like craft making. We make a paper lantern. Yeah. We have beautiful calligraphy. And of course, you can't miss the wish wall.
The wishing wall is fabulous. But yeah. I got there a little too late. They closed, so I wasn't able to put my wish on, but I'm coming back to put my wish on.
That's great. And of course, we have 4 marketplaces, food and beverage marketplaces. And the food is out of this world, along with our new Sip and Savor Pass.
The food is fabulous, and pick up a Sip and Savor Pass. You can go to any one of the little kiosks and get whatever you desire. They are really good. I've tasted just a couple. I want to go back and taste some more. Yeah. But we also have a very special guest right now. And, excuse me. Oh, are you ready? Hello, Minnie.
Hi, Minnie. This is Minnie Mouse, and she's all dressed up
Happy
for the
Year of the Pig.
She's having a great time. She's been here every year.
Yes.
Celebrating with us. You look gorgeous.
I love your tailor. I would love a dress like that. It's beautiful.
She's very chic, very chic. Her and Mickey Mouse are very, very chic. You can see them both together. And you can meet Minnie Mouse here at the Lunar New Year celebration, which runs through February 17th.
That's exactly what I was just going to say. So until February 17th, come on down to Disneyland Resort for the Lunar New Year Festival, the Year of the Pig.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
At family-owned Capistrano Toyota, I've been teaching my staff for years that we always say yes to our customers.
Can you help me get financed?
Yes, we can help.
Will you walk my dog?
Yes.
Will you change our baby's diapers?
Yes, of course.
But they may be taking this yes thing a little bit too far. Come and see for yourself that at Capistrano Toyota, we always say yes to our customers.
Well, our movie coming up on Friday, that is today, if you're watching us today, is First Man. And this is a sort of a biodrama about Neil Armstrong. And this is about his time from 1961 up until the time that he walked on the moon. And it really tells both the story and his journey, not only with the space program, but primarily with his relationship with his wife and his family, and how he sort of dealt with, how they all dealt with the distance, both physically and mentally between them, and also the dedication he had to both his family and the space program, and how sometimes those two things clashed. A really good movie. It stars Ryan Gosling and Claire Foy, and that will be, if you're watching us today, Friday at 2 o'clock and at 7 o'clock. Now, the Monday movie is a classic, a true classic, a Steven Spielberg classic, Poltergeist, and we're going to take a look at a clip of it.
The house looks just like the one next to it, and the one next to that, and the one next to that. A young couple live in it.
Give Ken a kiss.
You are so obnoxious.
With their 3 children.
Chew each bite 10 times.
And something more.
They're here.
Sweetie, remember last night? Do you remember when you woke up and you said you were here?
Uh-huh.
Well, who did you mean? Who's here?
TV people.
Something's funny going on here next door. Something,
We were wondering if maybe you had experienced any disturbances lately.
What kind of disturbances?
I don't know what hovers over this house. I've never sensed anything like it. That thing is in there with my baby.
There are hundreds.
Now Steven Spielberg crosses a frightening new threshold into a world within our own. Its form is revealed.
What is it?
Its focus is clear. And the games are over. Poltergeist. It knows what scares you.
It's hard to believe that movie came out 1982, almost 40 years ago. They couldn't make this movie today because we don't have static on TV like that. But the special effects are just phenomenal, and when you think this was a time when they had very, very crude and limited computer-generated effects, most of this done were what's called practical effects, meaning they were done on the set. And it's interesting how a lot of this stuff was done. You can find out, there's a lot of books on this, and a lot of people influenced by this today. The Netflix series Stranger Things, those two brothers were highly influenced by this movie and a lot of Spielberg films of that time. This is on Monday at 2 o'clock and at 6 o'clock, and runs just under 2 hours, so tune in for that. And if you're watching us on Monday, I'll skip ahead very quickly and just tell you that the Friday, February 22nd movie is Johnny English Strikes Again, Rowan Atkinson's. That's just, you know, that guy's hysterical. So that's going to be it's kind of a funny take on kind of a James Bond kind of movie. So, you know, this guy plays Mr. Bean, and I'm looking forward to that one because that guy, I haven't seen this one, but that to me, that guy is just hysterical. All right. The weather today is we are looking at some scattered showers here on Friday coming in probably midday and on and off through the evening. Should not be a lot of rain, but this is a much colder system as is Sunday. Sunday might scatter showers into early Monday, and that could produce some snow down to the 4,000 foot level because it's colder and there's less rain. So therefore, we could see a little dusting up on our Saddleback Mountain peaks, which would be great. So cool weather, coldest on probably Sunday. And then going forward, we're going to start to see some more sunshine coming in, partly cloudy late Monday. And then as we get to Tuesday and Wednesday, some sunshine. But more clouds are on the way midweek, and maybe, right now they're looking at a 10% chance of rain again coming in maybe Thursday of next week. That could change though. Here we are around the state, cold everywhere, rain and snow, heavy snow in the Sierras, which is great because when that all melts later on, that provides us a lot of water, which is fantastic. All right, you take care. Coming up on Tuesday, February 19th, Supervisor Lisa Bartlett will be here, and she'll probably bring a guest as well. And also, we're going to have Becky Lomica and Neil O'Connor from O'Connor Mortuary. See you then. Bye-bye.